Friends, hello and welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. So today we're going to be showing you guys some of our favorite ways to score on the breakaway this year. As a lot of us know, or if you're just new to the game trying to learn how to score on breakaways, there's been a lot of tinkering with the goaltenders. Just to be clear, to be honest, with how much tinkering's been done and how kind of different it is to have to score, I wouldn't be surprised if they came out trying to some kind of tuner and change the goalies. That being said, keep that in mind. We'll try to update this video if that's something that does happen, but it'll affect everything. But right now, we are seeing some nice ways to still score on the breakaway. Some easy ways, some of the same from years past. We're still getting the forehand, backhand, forehand. That goes in a lot this year. We're still getting the backhand, forehand, and then backhand going in a lot this year. If you don't run into the goaltender, it seems to go in quite often. Actually, right around the hash marks, forward, right, left. And to go back to the backhand. So backhand, forehand, backhand. I always, for the most part, what I do, I try to use the hash marks as any sort of guide in any move. You kind of want to start your deke motion, whatever it is, whether it's you going forehand, or whether it's going backhand, forehand, backhand. Maybe you're doing some sort of toe drag. Always try to start a move at the hash marks. I feel like that's always a good gauge. Obviously, it depends on the speed you're coming in as well. And that affects a lot of your breakaway shots as well. I mean, because if you come in as like a really slow backhand, forehand, backhand, like it takes too long to get there, and by then your move's not being made. So typically consider yourself average to above average speed that you normally take on the ice when you do it. It works well. And again, the opposite of that is still effective. I've always found it to be, just to be clear, like everything's 100%, but percentage wise, I always find the forehand, backhand, forehand to be a little bit lower percentage wise. We'll see how it turns out this year. It feels a little bit lower percentage so far this year, just with how fast the goalies move laterally. But again, you start forehand, pull backhand, pull forehand, drop it in. What I really like here, the little variation that I think is going in a lot better, is holding it backhand, and instead of just going backhand, forehand, but we're going to backhand toe drag and then toe drag off the forehand shot when you come in. I'm seeing a lot of success on that so far, but what I like to do for it is just kind of hold the backhand as you're coming across, and once you get across the hash marks, you yank it to the forehand. So basically, I mean, we're top of the circle already holding it forehand. You can probably delay it a little bit if you, or not forehand, but backhand at the top of the circle. You can probably delay it a little bit, but we're holding it. Okay, we're past the hash, and then that's where we start to make our move. Do the quick little slight toe drag there, and then instantly forehand it. I think it's that slight toe drag, that slight deke, that it slows the goalie down just enough, and that's really all you need. And then there's just really, again, seems basic, but it does work quite effectively for a lot of goalies, especially when you come into the speed. It's just coming up straight up the ice, split the goalie in half, or split the net in half when you come up the ice. Hold it backhand, quickly flip it forehand, and then just shoot it top shelf. Well, again, we'll get it right close to the circles. Coming up really, we like to come up right on, again, paying attention to the hash marks. That's where we start making the move. Coming up on the left hash marks, if you're left-handed, you'd be on the right hash marks. If you're right-handed, you're going to pull it on your backhand. And once you get right on your backhand, again, yank it back forehand, top shelf it. And just a little, but important, a little snippet of information here is I try to come in straight. This is a little bit crooked. It looks a little bit crooked. We're a little crooked. I think it's just the way we came in. A little crooked, but I think we're good. I like to come in straight on the hash marks, but once you get past the hash marks and you make that backhand move, I like to kind of turn the stick just a little, or turn your body just a little bit towards the goal. I don't know if you can see it or not. You can see where we're starting here, or by the hash marks. And once we get to making that backhand move, we angle a little bit, just a little bit to that right post on the backhand, because it kind of gets that goalie to bunt, or move and commit just a little bit. They have to respect the fact that we move just a little bit to the right, but it doesn't hurt our trajectory at all. And our trajectory here is to pull back on that forehand right on the left side of the crease, or on the edge of the crease, and then put it back in the back of the net. So it works out perfect for us, but it schemes the goalie just enough to kind of move him laterally to the opposite side of the net. You can see her pulls him out of position. You quickly pull it back, and by then he's still out of the crease too much, a little bit too far out, to where you just get past him and put it in the back of the net like so. And then last but not least, we welcome back the one-handed tuck. It was kind of nerfed a little bit there last year. It still doesn't feel as 100%er as it was. It was a once upon a time. It really did feel like 100%, like you couldn't mess it up. But it is back indeed, and in this game once again, and it's a lot more effective than I thought it was last year when they nerfed it. What you're pretty much going to do is go one down. Again, aim for the right post. If your forehand is your left side, aim for the right opposite post of your forehand, essentially. If you're left-handed, aim for the right post. If you're right-handed, aim for the left post. You're going to come on up in and hold it backhand. And once you get close to the goal, you're going to go ahead and push LB, RB to one-handed tuck, put it in the back of the net. Like so. We're going to slow it down for you guys once again. So we're coming up over here, using the posts as a gauge the best we can. Again, sometimes you'll mess it up. We pull it once you get to that second to last hash mark. We pull it forehand, or we pull it backhand. My apologies. We'll pull it backhand. We get about halfway. Halfway is where we get between the crease and a hash mark. If you're trying to really dive analytically into it, that's when you kind of hit the left bumper, right bumper button, and you kind of want to make that motion right about there, because that's by the time your guy pulls it across. Again, you're aiming to try to get that shot going through right on the crease there before the goalie can make the motion, but you're close enough to the goalie where you can't move laterally because he has to respect the backhand. So that's what's important here. Again, with this move, the same story. You don't want to get too close to where the goalie's, you know, you're almost too close, where if you get it much closer than where you are, you're gonna hit that goalie stick and you're not gonna get across. But if you start to make the move, say right here, the goalie's upright still, he's on both feet, he's got so much time to move left to right, and he's gonna be good to go here. But see, if you look, the second he goes on his knees, really that's what you can look at. The second you see that goalie go onto his or he goes down to his pads, hit it and across. If you can do both at the same time, watch the goalie, and you'll be good to go there, and you'll be able to nail that one in the back of the net. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, I'd appreciate you guys liking the video, subscribing. You never have to. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.